Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Southerner's Northern Garden. So I have a garden visitor today. I kind of teased you in my last video. This is a close-up of the shed. I did include it in my last video, a picture of it, but it is fully finished. We are going to add gutters. That will probably be a spring project. I have too much to do in the garden until then. But for now, I have to get an object for my garden visitor and see how happy she is about receiving that object. I have a gift for you. It's a shovel because she's going to help me Marie Kondo this garden. We've got a few things I want to give Jess, and if she wants to take any of the other perennials, she's welcome to them, because if not, they will be going in the trash. If you're out there and you would like them, I'm sorry, but I don't have time for that. So we're going to be giving her at least this butterfly bush. I will probably go get my clippers and trim it down for her. We actually have a little moth on it right now. There's actually lots of moths on it. So there's lots of other things they can go after in my garden. This is the proudberry coralberry bush that I've mentioned so many times on my channel that produces these great pink berries that look great in arrangements and just are great for the birds throughout winter because the berries stay on it until they get kind of mushy later in winter. This area, as you know, if you've been watching my channel, is going to change significantly. I'm removing a lot of the perennials in this space. This butterfly bush was planted last year and I knew it would get too big for this space, but I didn't realize it would get this big this quick. So we're going to be removing that and giving it to Jess. She could put it around her new home or it's somewhere out in the field and give her butterflies something to love and anything else she wants. So are you ready to work? Yes. So this process may be a little sad, but
I think it is going to probably be a little sad.
Yeah, gardening isn't always easy, and sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Mainly to trim this back, it's really important so that it will survive, because when we dig it up, it is going to have a smaller root system. So I'm going to leave some leaves on it, because if I don't, then it won't survive. But enough that it can still do a good job when she takes it to Arkansas. It will need a little bit, quite a lot of water if it's still going to be pretty hot in Arkansas. Butterfly bushes in general, you want to plant.
I don't live in Arkansas.
She doesn't live in Arkansas anymore, apparently. Well, it's still hot in South Carolina, apparently. Not as hot as it is here right now, we learned, but she will need to add some water to it. So if it doesn't survive, I will harass her forever. But it will put on new growth next year just fine, as long as it's given plenty of water. So as I was saying, when you plant a butterfly bush from its initial planting, you typically want to bump them up a couple inches off the ground, because if you don't, their root system and their crown is really susceptible to dying off from too much moisture. So this butterfly bush is on drip. You know, I put drip on all my perennials, but I believe there's only a 1 gallon emitter in the brown distribution tubing that comes in the distribution tubing. It's not an extra emitter, so it gets very, very little water, because I only water my backyard garden, this garden specifically, about 20 minutes a day when it's super hot, and when in the spring and late fall, maybe a couple times a week. My garden's going to look really empty without this in it, but it's a transition period anyway.
All right, how much should I take up around this?
You probably need to get, this is a learning experience. Should we tell her or should we just let her? Let her.
If I kill this, you're never going to let me live it down.
So I would probably just go out, you know, maybe a foot from the root ball. It's pretty big. You want to get enough root system, and I would go straight down as much as you can, and then we'll try and pry it up. There's also a drip system in there, so if she breaks it, she buys it.
Oh my God, you're stressing me out.
Real gardening, people. It's kind of buried. I don't think it runs right there. I think it runs behind it. So if you dig in the front, it'll be fine. Don't garden in sandals.
Things not to do.
Things not to do.
With Roots and Refuge.
How not to transplant plants with Roots and Refuge.
I grow tomatoes, Matthew.
That have very non-extensive root systems. Okay,
All right.
I'll try it. I've had a little more cheeseburgers than you have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did that look easy?
I know. You loosened it for me, we'll
I
just say that.
loosened it for you, okay?
Okay, I cut a pretty big root there, so we'll leave a little offshoot for you. You might want to trim it a little more when you get home. There's a rose here, so I will try not to stab myself. It's a very prickly one at that. There we go. Will it come up first? There we go. Ooh.
All right.
So this will be a test.
So to get this home, you know, I know we've been visiting nurseries here, which is really fascinating because so much stuff is grown here.
Yeah.
And they just grow things out, I mean, in nurseries, and then they wrap it up. So is that essentially what I'm going to do here, is just like wrap up this root system, take it home, keep it moist until I can?
Yeah, so we're going to put it in a container. I've got some potting soil back here, and then
Okay.
you'll just keep it watered until you get ready to plant it. You could either keep it well watered in its container for a couple weeks, or put it in the ground if you're able to keep it well watered in the ground.
Okay.
I would probably put it in the shade if you're not going to put it directly in the ground, but yeah,
Okay.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to put it out in front of my house.
Yeah.
Cool. Excited.
So that's the main shrub I was going to give Jess. There's some perennials that if she wants, she can have. I don't know if she'll dig them simply because it's so dang hot, and they were cheap perennials, so she may not want them anyway. But if you're looking at buying perennials, they're a great starter option if you can invest in expensive container plants. So check out your local Costco or Sam's Club in the spring. They're not really available right now, although they do have bulbs if you want to add to your garden. I specifically do not add bulbs to my garden until I have a area of the flower bed set up how I want it. So typically planting goes trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, and bulbs, because if not, you will dig them up constantly, which is what I've done. It's getting pretty dark, so we're going to end this video. I'm super excited Jess came with me. We went and visited 𝗗𝗓𝗏, Burns, lots of other places, and we didn't see any of you people. So I'm not convinced.
He's starting to believe that I've just fabricated the entire thing.
Yeah.
No one knows me.
Maya has lots of email addresses and is just commenting on all her videos. So, no, that's good.
We had a great time. It's been really wonderful. Ohio is lovely. And
hot.
It has been warm.
Yeah, so thank you for coming. It's been great.
It's been amazing. I'm so thankful for you.
All right, everyone. Remember, in a world full of hate, be a light and take care.
We bless you. Until next time.